Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Higurashi, our relaxing school days in a small town, rural Japan. It's been enjoyable thus far, and I hope it continues to be enjoyable. As soon as the club activities were finished, Reina flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Sanders that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. I'm kind of surprised that they have cute as KYU consistently. I'm a little bit surprised at that. Like, I think we could understand that she was saying cute if they did C-U-U-U-T-E, right? Like, or C-U-T-E in, like, quotes, but I guess they can do KY if they really want to. So, today, it was just Mion and me walking home together, a rather rare occurrence. Let's have some fun banter with Mion. A mountain of treasure, huh? The guys throwing it away probably never thought in their wildest dreams that Reina would be grateful to them. Mountain of treasure, meaning that damn construction site from before. Oh right, Mion would probably tell me. That murder by dismemberment seemed to have happened there. Over there, you know, at that damn construction site. Did something happen there? Long ago? Something sure did. A grand battle. There were sit-ins and demonstrations. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same. It was our land that was going to be sunk into the damn reservoir. I would have fought as well, probably. Confidence. The government guys are really adamant about it, acting all big and full of themselves. Since they figured out they couldn't settle with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff. They were nasty guys. Mion spoke excitedly, as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her. I'm amazed you guys won. You were facing the federal government, right? The mayor and prominent figures in the village all signed petitions. They went to Tokyo and struck deals with legislators. As a result, the development plan was retracted. It was our complete victory. Well, that's cool. There wasn't any violence, was there? Like assaults or murders? Nope. She promptly cut me off. The same as Reina had. Her words signaled the end of discussion. Komitake said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside. Later, see you tomorrow, K-chan. You can't wash that off until you get home, got it? I got it, I won't. Remember, he had marker drawn all over his face as his punishment for getting last place in the card game. So don't lose card games to these girls, or they'll draw weird shit on your face and make you wear it home. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. Damn you, Mion, you shall rue this day. If our roles are ever reversed, I'm gonna slop it on. All over your face, you won't be able to take it off even with a scouring pad. That's quite serious. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Really, whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispered into my ear. Welcome home, Keiichi. Dad's in a bit of a rut right now. Don't bother him, okay? You can't come up with a new idea? It's because the deadlines are so close together this time. Your dad needs time to recharge or he doesn't work as well. Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, it's at the end of the Maybaros. It's the end of the Maybaros. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter? Wouldn't it be easier to get an idea taking a walk outside rather than wandering around the house? What does he paint, I wonder? Because, I mean, you've moved to rural Japan. Your costs are down. Possibly your sales are down. Don't know if he's probably not selling online. Maybe he's shipping his art out for like exhibitions or something. Is he painting landscapes though? Because if he's painting landscapes, going outside makes a lot of sense. Like, painting landscapes or architecture, you probably want to be outside getting reference material, right? Or being inspired. I wonder what he actually what he does. Maybe he's drawing like fantasy landscapes and stuff. You still kind of want some earth, I'm sure, but then maybe you can do most of that inside if you're like drawing fantasy stuff. Like if you're drawing dragons and shit, it's like I can't exactly go get a dragon for reference But you can go to, like, look at scales or something. Maybe he just doesn't have an idea. I'm curious, like, what he actually is an artist, because I think he does, like, some sculpting and painting. I think they've alluded to that. The theme of the piece this time is in the household. Oh, okay. So it's specifically in his house. Why not check out other people's houses for inspiration? Go visit the neighbors. It seems your dad wants to use this house as a motif. That's a bothersome motif. So it's specifically indoors right now. Okay. Keiichi, pick up your room. It looks terrible. Sorry, I'll clean it later. Hey, look, it feels like my house suddenly. My parents asking me to clean up my room. Oh, come on, please don't use my room as the motif. Keiichi, there's still time before dinner. Please go take a walk out back or something. His bad mood is only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Nobody comments about the marker on his face. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk so I don't aggravate him further. Wash your face first? Well, I guess I will then. I didn't see a line about washing his face at all. I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just needed to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. Oh my god, that's a long ass time. Holy shit. An hour to bike? An hour by bike? Dude, I thought like an hour by walking was a long ass way. I would not want an hour by bike. Oof. Yeah, it'd be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. Roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. If Mion or Satoko ever found out about that, I smiled dryly. Oh yeah. Rando is probably still at the Mountain of Treasure. That damn construction. The damn construction site. Man. I'm like trying not to read it as the damned construct, like the dam is in like cursed construction, or not cursed, but like that stupid construction site. They're building a dam. They were. The excavation of Colonel Sanders was probably taking her a while. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one. What is this, a life-size Colonel Sanders? I was thinking it was a cute figure, like, you know, like moderately large. I wasn't thinking it would be life-size. Yeah, she might return the favor next time we have club activities, if she owes me one. That's a good thought. Your club activities, you need some way to gain an advantage if you don't know the secrets of the particular games they play. Good plan. With a little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off towards the dam construction site. Tomitake-san might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Reina and Mion denied knowing anything about. If I met him again, I'd like to ask for more details, to ask, was there really a dismemberment in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. Some loud water. We're back at the construction site. I spotted Reina struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Sanders was lodged in there pretty firmly. Why is Colonel Sanders part of oh, it's a dumping site, right? I shouldn't ask stupid questions. They already explained that there was illegal dumping going on here. It didn't look like Reina would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, I began climbing up the slope unsteadily. Hey Reina, looks like you're working up a sweat. Whoa, Keiichi-kun. How's it going, Reina? What brings you to a place like this? A place like this, huh? I see, she was aware of it at least. I received a signal for emergency assistance at the accident site. Where's the injured party? Accident? What? There was a report Colonel Sanders was buried alive in the trash pile. Oh, you scared me. Don't frighten me like that, Keiichi-kun. I was just kidding. I'm surprised you didn't catch up on that until we said Colonel Sanders. I was just kidding. I thought you might be struggling by yourself, so I came to help you out. You came? For me? Why not? How? Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Reina blush at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake. Of kawaii? Just kidding. You're embarrassing me now. Bone Hell. Back in Bone Hell for Grand Order. That's rough. That's rough. You gotta farm that shit when you have the chance. Bone Hell truly is inescapable. Just kidding, you're embarrassing me now. So, what part was the joke? What part was it? I ignored her bewilderment. Okay, now move out of the way. So, where is Colonel Sanders? Sorry, can't you see him in that gap? He's really buried in there. Do we have a picture? Colonel Sanders was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, caging him in. According to Reina, it wasn't like this yesterday. It seems as though another illegal dumper came yesterday and dumped again, and now he's buried like this. You're trying to move this pile all by yourself? With those scrawny arms? There's no way she'd be able to do that with her slender arms. But Colonel Sanders is so cute. There's a chain on the Colonel Sanders at the store. This one, though, I should be able to take him home. If Reina gave up on this Colonel Sanders, she'd probably start devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. She's gonna steal Colonel Sanders from KFC? As Reina's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime. Out of the way. I'll do it. Reina blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. The more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If it got buried any deeper, there'd be nothing that could be done. Hey, Chica, I'll help too. Let me help. You just get in the way. Stay back. Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside, I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it. No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Sanders right there, after grandstanding like that in front of Reina, I felt frantic because of how little I progressed. If I was going to do this seriously, I'd need an axe or a saw or something. That's enough, Keiichi. You're so sweaty. You don't have to try so hard. He's got to try hard. He was trying to flex. He was trying to flex on her, and if he doesn't make any progress, he's going to look like a dumbass. It's okay, though. I don't know if he wiped the marker off on his face, so that might be funny. No, I'm doing it for you, Reina. Don't worry about it. Reina began sputtering and turned beet red. I meant to say I was trying my best to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh well. YOLO tickets are not particularly hard, I'm afraid. I have tons of tickets. I don't think you were trying hard, but you got really far. And it really did matter. A free Nobu, but you're still out of bones. Yeah, the backgrounds here, yeah, they're a little bit iffy. The like distorted pictures or like the recolor over the pictures, it's kind of eh. But honestly, the text is enjoyable and everything that's like original is nice. I'd like I'm interested in the story. The art, background art, I feel like they could remake and there wouldn't be a problem. I mean, then again, I feel like there's lots they could do to remake this because again, the pictures, the whole game is locked in 4.3. A remake where they redo all the backgrounds and change it to 16.9 would be really nice. The interface could also stand to be a little bit better. It looks very dated, but I mean it's serviceable, so there's not a huge problem with that. Like just think of redoing the formatting for the interface. It'd be a lot of work, but I mean it's not like the dialogue is a complete mess. I just need a break. This is pretty tough. I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope. Sorry. You're covered in sweat. Reina patted her handkerchief against my forehead. It felt pretty nice. Well, wait here a minute, okay? My house is pretty close. I'll bring you some barley tea, okay? Wait, she's not gonna just go in and try to pull Colonel Sanders out herself? Oh, this is a remake? Okay. I guess they only had time or money. The Steam version is the remake? Oh my goodness. I guess they didn't have the time or money to do the backgrounds justice. Or do 16:9. Wait, seriously? Damn, how old is this game? Oh, it is a... Okay, interesting. It is a remake. For reference. Reference to anyone wondering. Okay. The remake. The remake is here. The remake's here. Our original is here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I mean, yeah, and the console version. So there's actually been 2 remakes. They've at least replaced the sprites twice. They've replaced the sprites twice. That's not too bad. Definitely an improvement over the original. I'm surprised. I wonder what the backgrounds were like. Like, the sprites are very solid, but the backgrounds are still questionable. Maybe they just replaced the sprites? Or the backgrounds were, like, really bad. Like, they're kinda bad here, but they're not really bad. I imagine it could be worse. Alright, she left the handkerchief on my forehead and took off running. So she lives, like, a couple doors away. A couple houses away. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Reina was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I'd discovered earlier. There was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound in twine. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around... Yeah, there it was. They were bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically going back quite a few years. Oh, interesting. The console remake has like anime backgrounds. Okay. They redrew the backgrounds, so the console version might be new. The console version might be the newest one. Another comparison for reference. So in this case, I'll have to zoom in a bit. In this case, we have, we can see some progress where the backgrounds don't get really changed between these 2 versions. And in this version, it looks like they've been redrawn. Completely redone. So that's nice. I'd like to see this background. I actually don't have a problem with the sprites. I mean, yeah, they redrew the sprites, but I mean, like, as long as the background is, like, the backgrounds are kind of meh. The newly drawn ones, though, are pretty solid. That one looks decent, like, a solid, serviceable 6, 7 out of 10. Alright. It was quite a disturbing incident. Seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms you see. If it was just as Tomitake-san said, then undoubtedly there'd be mention of the murder, yeah. Even if there's not actually a murder, the tabloids would pick up, well, they'd probably pick up on a murder even if there wasn't really a real case or anything too crazy going on. Lots of gossip to be had, right? These are troubled times. There's no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well, exactly. People want to read what's going on. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere, right? If there's a murder, yeah, probably. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages, carefully looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next. Not here. Next. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator or victim was either. I only knew it happened here. I looked up every so often, checking to see if Reina had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Reina and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened without a doubt. Why do you think it happened? Because some photographer said it had? That seems like an incredibly arbitrary thing to say. As long as Tomitake-san wasn't lying, exactly. Like, why assume he's right? Then if both Reina and Mion... Yeah, there it is. There it is. If they just said that, I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it, but they both denied it. I mean, they're like, how old are they? Like 14? How many 14-year-olds pay that much attention to the fucking news, man? It's like, okay, you know, like, about a couple major events, like, I guess I remember 9/11. And I have, like, vague recollections of, like, Iraq and Afghanistan invasions, and, like, going after Saddam and Osama, and, but, like, specifics? Fuck no. I guess in theory, if you might know about the murder, you may not know any details. That seems fair. But even I don't know jack shit about local news. Like, small town local news. I guess the murder would be big news, but, like, I don't know shit about local news from that time. I only know, like, big international stuff. An incident that neither Reina nor Mion wish to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they try to conceal it, out of good intentions. It made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Inamizawa dam worker lynching, murder by dismemberment. Here we go. Just what we're looking for. And here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed that there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. The pages of the featured article were stuck together and not easy to open. Reina could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag and newspaper reporters were all bathing it in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I definitely made out the headlines. Get a date, man. Like, check the date. It's a tabloid. See if you can find any actual newspaper articles in a library archive. That would probably be a good idea. So, a body bag. Definitely someone died. And something made headlines. Tragic nightmare at Hizamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder / dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from his daily actions. It's a horrible image to see the site foreman as. It happened. It really did happen. So it looks like he's trying to scan it, and remember he's reading a tabloid article in a newspaper that is soggy and has been rained on for who knows how many days. Possibly several times, so he may not be able to read everything. It seemed the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. On it was: the assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces. Head, arms, legs, and torso. I could understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes? That's not a lynching, that's a killing to the letter. A brutal murder done by a group of people with hatchets and pickaxes. With an axe. Wait, why is he screaming? Who's screaming? He's like screaming, ah! Why? I'm kind of surprised he's screaming. Like, he was literally looking into this, knowing what it was. Please tell me someone just grabbed him from behind. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, I think what happened is she set down something, and he just panicked. Did I startle you? Did I startle you? Reina dropped the axe she was holding onto the grass after being startled by my voice. Oh my god. He's like reading about someone being hacked to pieces with an axe, and Reina comes up behind him with a fucking axe, and he's like turns around and he's just like, oh fuck, I'm dead. Yeah, I can see being like, whoa. I can see being surprised at that. That's fair. Keiichi-kun, you see, earlier you said it would help if you had an axe, didn't you? So I brought an axe for you from the shed. Reina fluttered her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. It seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely. She brought an axe. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, my heart would skip a beat if I was him. Damn. Alright. Sorry, I guess my reaction was a bit overboard. No, I'm sorry as well, I'm sorry. Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and it wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow. Doesn't look like we can break that last beam without an axe. You brought it after all. I'll have to borrow it tomorrow, alright? Okay. Why do you look so glum? Tomorrow we're digging out Colonel Sanders, right? You're right. I really want to take Colonel Sanders home soon. We both knew it was useless to apologize more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Raina brought and wiped off the sweat that had now gone cold. We took the path that home. I felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. Yeah, you're reading about someone being axe murdered, and then, like, your friend just shows up with an axe. You're like, nope, 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 nope. I can totally see panicking over that. That was kind of funny. New tips, the Hinamizawa Dam Project, and a special tabloid report. We're definitely gonna have to read those. Yeah, sure, I'll save. Nice, easy save. Alright, October 1975. This is the dam incident. In accordance with the Prime Minister's Bulletin Number XXX, Hinamizawa's electrical development master plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam will have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The flooded area caused by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa, Takatsudo, Kyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yogochi. Okay, okay. Ow, ow. The submerged area includes 291 houses. Population 1,251. 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 post office, 1 agricultural cooperative, 1 forestry department lumberyard, 5 shrines, 2 temples, and a fishery. All of these communal agricultural areas and places of worship will indefinitely be submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. Forsaking the hundreds of years our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land is too painful to bear. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged banded together and created the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. The dam project was halted, and petitions to alter the project were circulated. You know, I think it's a lot harder to argue culture in, like, North America when it's, like, a random bunch of houses that have been around 100 years, but I feel like if it's, like, a village that's been around, like, 500, 1,000 years, since, like, pre-modern times, it's gotta be a lot harder to, like, say, fuck it, just tear it down, right? Like, I think most small towns in North America, you could probably just be like, yeah, fuck that town. We're gonna bury it underwater, and like the residents would not like it, but like from an outside perspective, I'd just be like, dude, it's a fucking house. Who gives a shit? Just move somewhere else. Like, there's no value here, other than like maybe your personal memories. Like, okay, those suck, but like it's not the end of the world. You could definitely live somewhere better. Just ask for more money or something like that. Get a better quality of life, some convenient stuff. Like, it's all good. It's a lot harder to do that when you have like when you have like 1,000 years of history or more in that area, to just like bury it all and be like, yeah, nobody cares. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company, X-Corps, openly refused. Performing unspeakable heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers, but the villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to the death. The continuation of that frightening Hinamizawa dam construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by sublime power through unity, and they understand this fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onikakushi Defense Alliance had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it garnered have not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whoever next decides to sink their homes into a lake basin. Onikakushi Defense Alliance Committee Chairman Ichiro Kimiyoshi. Ah, okay, it's like a letter. I see. So that's the dam project. Alright, special tablet report. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. In the 3rd month of the 4th day in Shikoku Prefecture at Hinamizawa Dam construction worksite in Shishibone City, a bone-chillingly gruesome murder and dismemberment. Even though the case shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam. They probably didn't mean to kill him at first. But as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody thought was alive. X-san tormented the subjects daily with his rough behavior. At first, it was meant to be a payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself into the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, X, who suggested hiding the body. We're going to call X Dan. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared the consciences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. He devised the heinous method of splitting up the body among them and making each responsible for hiding a piece. Wait, how does this keep them from turning him into the police? How does that stop them from saying he's the killer or the leader? Dan had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Now that might work if they're all united and don't want to turn each other in. That might work. Each one had participated, but what does this mean? John Smith spoke out reluctantly. Dan ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound was what it meant. Thus an unimaginable, bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed their gruesome task. There was one who stubbornly refused, but Dan threatened them, saying nothing would change if somebody else ended up dead, and he gave up his objections. But Dan's plan collapsed in the span of one night. Let's see. Jackie, who refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle and confessed. The criminals were arrested one after another, but the de facto leader, Dan's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by Dan still has yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears Dan said he was going to throw the body, right arm, into the marsh. Dan's car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, but there were no clues as to his whereabouts. Dan didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility he expected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. Of course. I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, one would expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. Yeah. Hey, but within the situation, there were rumors going around he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. That seems possible. But man, talk about a screw up. He tried to unify everyone so that he wouldn't get caught for murder, and like he didn't get shit done. His plan literally collapsed within hours. Because remember, that guy was going to the hospital for a treatment of an injury during that scuffle. So that was probably like not even a day, like 3 hours, and his plan to make sure people wouldn't report the murder literally collapsed the minute someone talked to literally anyone. Like the first fucking person they spoke to, they vomited. They like vomited out the truth. Good job, man. Oh well, he probably did the best he could. Like, apart from murdering that guy, there probably wasn't too much he could have done. To the locals, that marsh is believed to be bottomless. It's known as Onagafuchi, the ogre's abyss, and it is said that the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell, that was... We're gonna call that guy Overseer. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the marsh? This is Jin Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune, prosperous future, ladies leaping into your arms, business success, promotions, ambition, protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but businesses and even love. Guaranteed or your money back. Jin Dragon Bracelet DX, one piece. 27,800 yen. Okay. That was nice. I like the way they kept the tone upbeat. Like they end the super serial article with like an ad that's kind of amusing and obviously fake. That was some nice work on their part. We'll just save the fact that we've read those and continue on into chapter 4 of chapter 1. You guys should probably call they should probably call this something other than chapter 1. The function of this school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. That sounds like the easiest PE class. No helping it, everyone's a different age or gender. The only rule was we have to stay on school grounds for exercising. Yeah, but you can assign people standards, like do X push-ups or something, right? Like push-ups are battling against your own body mass, so it's lighter for lighter people. Like push-ups, sit-ups, like basic workout stuff, are all like using your own body and fighting against your own body. Only rule, and then you just set like time limit, whatever. It's fine. I don't actually know how PE is done in rural areas, so maybe this is how they do it. It's probably slightly more lax because this is the 80s. Yeah. Probably not super... They don't have everything in an iron grip, right? It's the 80s. Then again, it's the 80s, so they might also just beat you if you do something they don't like. Alright. Well, all the little kids were gallivanting around. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but the Board of Education probably forgot about this school. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What should we do today for PE? Alright. We have all our members gathered now. The whole club's here. Now then, class representative. What should we do for PE today? What do we do? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust is your own body. Wait, what do you mean by that? You read too much fucking manga. I quipped without missing a beat. It's true, she might be reading a bit too much. And so, we'll be taking a lesson from history. The tried and true king of all outdoor melee events. Let's play tag! Alright. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. The dunderhead Keiichi-san will be the first to be it. I won't be beaten. I'll try my best to. You can't beat me. Why are you guys all so into it? The third rule of our society. You must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. The rule is you have to enjoy things. Then this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. The whole club's involved. They all seemed confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with girls my own age, right? Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Reina was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. Fine, tag. I'm in. My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who's able to evade being tagged before the bell is a winner. But we didn't switch who is it. The ones who were tagged also became it, alright. The number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege. They call the version I was gonna say, we're playing zombie tag, right? Damn, she actually took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, we're playing zombie tag, cool. Alright. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie, I see. If they didn't say it, I was gonna fucking comment that, damn, alright. Why do you make it sound so scary, I wonder? As soon as I catch Reina, I'm gonna tear at her entrails while she's still alive. Wait, what? Gross, Keiichi, gross. Rest in peace, Rena. Rika-chan placed her hand on Rena's head as she panicked. Don't worry, before Keiichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you gently. Rika, that isn't comforting at all. That isn't comforting at all. Yeah, both Mion and I nodded deeply. I'd be nodding sagely. So, the first it. How do you decide who's the zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Well, it is class day after all. Let's decide by answering questions. I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. What weird trivia is she gonna come up with for this? What does the Japanese word roku mean? 6? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it. Do you need to answer? What's roku in English? Okay. I already answered. Yeah, it's 6. What about Kutsushita? Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! I'm in danger. Socks? Does that make sense? After she... What? Okay, socks, alright. Kutsu is like shoes, that kind of makes sense, right? Kutsu is shoe, so that kind of makes sense. What's the third last letter in the alphabet? X? Yep. What does Seibetsu mean? Oh man, she's brutal. Seibetsu, I don't know. Of course I know what it is. Sit. Makoto cut herself off before finishing the answer. Oh. I see, it's quite a lewd question. A lewd question, I see. You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what it is, right? I certainly do, of course I know. And go ahead and say it. That, you know, that. What does that mean exactly? Ah, Satoko looks like she's in trouble, how cute. Don't take her home, it's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. So this is how they're playing it. Alright, alright. Now go ahead and say it nice and loudly. What does that mean? I do know. I know. That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event, which has been previously indicated in context. All of us were surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. Well, it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out, "You know what," at the top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as my enemy. Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a guy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Satoko Hojo, shall assume the role of zombie. I shall eat everyone. Seems she's raring to go. All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerks skip numbers while counting to 100. You can start chasing after you solve this problem. But Keiichi-kun, give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate. Oh no. There's no common denominators? That's not too bad. Koto grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake and fractions on the ground. If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? That's it? Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted. Ready? Go! Is the answer not 0? After a minute 0, how many cakes are left on the plate? Or is it asking how many cakes are on the plate at present? Because it didn't say she ate one cake. You could just multiply this and get the exact amount of a cake, which is 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake. That would be the answer, right? You just say these three. Because it says, if she can eat one cake and eat all of them, how many are left on the cake? There's 0, right? There's no cakes left on the plate because it's all been eaten. She ate all of them. That's an easy question. But I think it's more difficult verbally because you're trying to memorize the question as it goes. On me on Signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. Kichi-kun. That wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all. Of course there's nothing left on the plate. Yeah, see, I was right. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. In fact, I didn't realize it at the start of the game, probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sightlines in 2 directions and would probably have a good response to have any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Think calmly, Keiichi Maibara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack, meaning me? You or someone else here, or the youngest person, right? Now then, where could Keiichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape, but of course. What would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell? Maybe some kind of trail? Yeah, that's right. She's actually a werewolf. She's just gonna track you by smell. If I could craftily hide my tracks, there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. You're on the school ground. There's no trail unless it's like winter and there's no one here. I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita Okamura. Have you seen Keiichi-san recently? What the heck? The zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita and Okamura-kun pointed to the location I was hiding. After confirming she was headed in this direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming more obvious I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I'd just counter in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, could you relay this message? Tell Satoko that her parents are at the gate, please. Message? Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Wait, don't go yet. Take this one to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her the teacher's calling her to the gate. I'm quite the schemer if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we're talking about. Should figure out a way to escape. But that's just fine. As long as it bought me more time. Dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand. Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time. Might even come back to bite me. Dude, this guy's great. He's like, yeah, tell the person who's it that their parents are looking for them at the gate, and yeah, I'll just send one of the people who's not it there as well. Isn't this like isn't this fun? This seems fun. Once it became apparent. Now, mind you, this would be boring if they did this like every day for like a year, but like while we're reading it, because we're only getting a couple unique scenes, it seems really fun. Like you wouldn't be able to do this trick. You probably wouldn't be able to do this trick like more than once or twice in like a month. Otherwise it wouldn't work, right? Like you couldn't do this every day. Alright, once it became apparent I started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there'd be more zombies than participants in the game. A virus brought about by mischief could cause an epidemic. My classmates would transform into zombies and would be searching only for me. This tactic. It might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did it have good lines of sight, but if necessary, I could jump in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. Maibara-san isn't around. Is he over here? Nope. Where's Keiichi-san, I wonder? His dad's at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I used, gave a hint of revenge. So, Mion was behind this. I was still keeping 1 step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. Do you know where Keiichi-san's at? His mom suddenly got really sick. A message for Maibara-san. They said his house caught fire and he needs to come to the gate. Okay, so his mom's sick, his dad's at the gate, and his house is burning down. Which of these are believable? None of them. A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maibara residence. The police came to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Wait, what? What? Is it true he's going around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about? I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way. No way. I wouldn't do that. I heard the class rep Mion was a victim too. What? Ah! This was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi. Calm down. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they'd know this is all BS. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all of those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard the new transfer student, Maibara-san, is a really perverted person. The cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Someone passed below. That's Reina and Rika-chan. Rika, you're still okay? I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mi-chan is it as well. Mion? It couldn't be. She'd become it because of my strategy? Oh my god, Mion must be so tilted. She must be so tilted at that. This confirmed Mion was behind this relentless battle of false information. Then this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Toko's searching around the pipes. We should be safe for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Reina was slumped on the ground, breathing heavily, Rika had started creeping up to her. Rika doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be. Rika? What is it? What is it? Rika was already caught. Don't worry. I'd never seen Rika smile so creepily before. Why are you coming closer? Why? Rika-chan, is she zombie? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. No! Rika, no! Ooh. A little bit of subterfuge. Reina was pressed against the wall and Rika lurched forward with both arms out like a zombie. Reina quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like a zombie breakout video you'd see. Come on, Reina. At that moment, Reina's eyes met mine. Keiichi could save me! No! No! We're screwed. Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees exorcist style and glared at me. Found him! I see Kei-chan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not good. You say you located Keiichi-san? I could tell Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed Rika had let Reina escape, and now she was baring her fangs in my direction. Ooh, nice. So, Rika didn't tag Reina? She's just targeting on you? Oh, damn. We might be in trouble. Ooh. Come on down, Kei-chan. The 3 zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too fucking scary. I wonder how Keiichi-san's guts taste. Keiichi, become one of us. Someone save me! I saw Reina apologizing to me for across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Reina, come on! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Satoko and Rina jumped on me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Ah! We're dead. So, this means Reina's still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Reina! How dare you leave me for dead? The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets feel. Sad, so sad, but Keiichi's one of us now. It felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. A strange feeling being welcomed to the side that pursued me. Zombie tag is truly quite profound. It's no time to postulate. We must capture Reina. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Reina, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary, except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that tightened the noose on my neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered the lower grades from around the school grounds. Everyone listen. Reina's in big trouble. All of you, please look for Reina. It's a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Yeah, it turned into that, didn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. It's not even the saying, ladies and gentlemen. What fell on Reina's house was a space colony! Aliens are real! A space colony? Yeah, it's a really big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated. What? That's only the prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning. The start of a war for independence by the propagandapality of Zeon. The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand tournaments. Well, what's gonna happen? Will the Terran Federation lose? If things go like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Reina Ryugu. The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them understand the fight for Earth was lost without Reina. Now scatter, comrades, we must find Reina. My comrades in the lower grades led an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There's still one person who hadn't gone. I thought even the Terran Federation's impulse wave diffusal cannon didn't work on the Comet Empire. You're close, that's the white variety of comets. The reason it didn't work because they didn't know the weak point. What are we talking about? I'm so confused. Of course, Reina knows their weak point all too well. Riku sounds amazing. Satisfied with that, he rushed off to look for Reina. It seems like there's some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters. Little Kei-chan's abilities. The old man knows them better now. Didn't seem like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Really though, how exceptional, Keiichi-san. It looks quite promising. We have this many, we can win. With this many, we'll win. I was thinking that Keiichi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Rika-chan's words stung a bit, but I let it slide for now. Not even Reina would be able to escape the entire class, right? As a result of everyone's thorough search, Reina was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. You're all scary, Keiichi too. So scary. Yeah, it was probably scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on her, saying she's the only one who can save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control a mech. Much like Shinji, you have no choice. Reina, how could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? Sorry, Keiichi, I didn't have a choice. Catch her. No mercy. Come on, don't resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Join us, Reina. Join us and say your prayers. Reina stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in, associating the situation with a similar, particular, immoral one made by Pulse Quicken. Just a little bit. Shoko and Rika were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Reina. Reina, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Keiichi, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. Now then, are you ready? Reina's just like, oh, is he gonna do lewd things to me? Well, I guess I'll just sit here. As long as it's Keiichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe Keiichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. My body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. And you lost! That's the bell. Game over. Yay, I did it! I did it! You threw, Keiichi! Keiichi, you threw! My boy threw. I survived. Yay! Reina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. The daylight broke in at the nick of time and the zombie army disintegrated to dust. And so the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway. Almost tickled to death. Rest in peace. What are you talking about? It's all because Keiichi-kun was dawdling about. Punishments required. I was subdued by Satoko and Rika, and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Forgive me, please, forgive me! Then the award for surviving goes to Reina and Mion. What? Mii-chan wasn't a zombie? Only pretend to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know? Mion, you little... Yeah, hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. Go, Misatoko! Rika! Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Damn, Mion, you fuck... I don't even know how they screwed up. There's only 2 people there who were zombies. How did none of them know that Mion wasn't God? Damn it, you guys are bad. You guys are bad at zombie tag. Alright, well, it isn't the end of the world. They need some practice. That's all I gotta say. Always check that your allies are actually your allies. Come on. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. That was a fun game of tag. I'm quite enjoying how relaxed the game is. There's like no serious A-plot, we're just chilling out. We're in like chapter 4 so far, I think? Yeah, we're in chapter 4. It's like... Usually we have the plot, a main serious plot by like end of chapter 1, chapter 2. And we're on chapter 4 of this game already, and it's still like super chill. It's quite nice. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out, once again. I'd agreed to meet with Reina, dig Colonel Sanders out of that mountain of treasure from before. Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too. Aren't they in the shed out back? Towels are by the sink. Alright, now I'm all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically. What's going on, Keiichi? Where are you headed to in that getup? If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely and it'll be impossible to dig him out. If that happens, Reina will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town. A bit of excavating. So my classmate doesn't become a criminal. Well, don't be late. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. How is that not a straightforward explanation? Cutting through the woods is a shortcut to the dam site. I ran into someone. Muscles? Yep. Okay. It was Tomitake-san. Probably taking pictures of birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight. Long time no see, Keiichi-kun, right? My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything. By the way, was that girl an acquaintance of yours? He was probably talking about Reina. Judging by the way Tomitake-san was shaken up, what was that all about? She was walking around with an axe, and she was laughing with a huge smile across her face? That was Reina without a doubt. This water is really loud. It was probably because she thought she could take it home today so she couldn't hide her excitement. I hid myself, I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? It certainly would be quite a spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming with an axe. Tomitake's reaction was the epitome of logical. Ah, it's fine, leave her be. She's just wandering around looking for more victims. Tomitake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand, Reina. I'll just toss a bunch of random BS out there. If you're gonna be killed out here, she'd probably be the one to do it. Try not to snoop too much around here. With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Reina was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomitake-san abruptly called out, Keiichi, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but... I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomitake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I was really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I'd said something bad. Poor Tomitake. Tomitake. He's in trouble. Keiichi-kun, I was waiting for you. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomitake was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting around while waving an axe around certainly seemed dangerous. Okay. So I want you to imagine this cute little girl, cute little girl, maybe grade 5 or 6, skipping around town with an axe in hand. It'd be like Bunyan. It'd be like Paul Bunyan in their bunny outfit, but in a non-combat context, with a real axe. Be a little bit scary. You should cover the axe in something when you have it in public. It's not good to carry it around in the open like that. Seems I lost it, so there isn't one. Thinking about it, there's no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa already knew about Reina's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who would carry an axe around and not be considered suspicious. Wait, she lost the axe not like 5 seconds later? Alright, well, let's finish this today. If we bust this last beam, we should be able to pull him out. I've got everything I need. Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Reina and made my way up the unstable slope. Just wait, Colonel Sanders. Keiichi will save you. Alright, get back. I'll finish this in one go. A solid thwack rang out for Himizawa as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. How is it? Think you can do it? If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself. If I can break through this, we'll be good. I have plenty of power today. I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than expected. First, I'd never used an axe before. During a school camping trip, I wanted to split wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was unstable, I soon became tired and decided to take a break. How big is the beam they're trying to cut through? They need to take a break. It's an axe, right? I'm assuming it's a hatchet. He probably couldn't wield like a full-size axe. Rain had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. Fine, I'm fine. I'm almost there. I'll make sure Reina can give Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss tonight. Yeah, thanks. Giving Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss. Come to think of it, Reina, you're a transfer student too, right? Where'd you live before? I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. Yeah, where were you living, Reina? I thought she lived here all her life. Oh, in Kanto. It wasn't as rural as it is out here, but it was still out in the countryside. Why here, to Himizawa? You know, this is pretty far out in the boonies. Why'd move here? Does it have to do with your dad's work? Dad said he wanted to move out to a studio. He's been staying for a while, deep in the mountains, like this one. Perfect. Studio? Is your father an artist or something? Oh, this is about us. Paint scenery. Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo. Now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Mess. He's determined to have them displayed in Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. That's amazing. We're talking about Keiichi's father. I was too embarrassed to tell her I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers. You transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you? Wasn't that a hassle? Not really. I was getting bored of the city anyway. I was trying to get answers from Reina, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the axe and headed back to the worksite. Okay, I think that exchange could have done with having voice acting, because it was really unclear who was talking until we heard the actual backstory and realized that it was Keiichi giving the explanation and not Reina. Or at least I wasn't counting the backs and forths. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Reina as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. Yeah! You little... Damn it. I had swung the axe countless times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered by the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloids. Okay. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people. Ever. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the axe not only split through the beam, but smashed through the statue's shoulder as well. Oh, rip. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. What's the matter? You hurt? Sorry. The figure's arm, I broke it off. Oh, that's all? I thought Keiichi hurt himself. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Reina said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled. We should tape it back on and put a coat over him. Nobody will even notice. I see. Let's pull him out then. Can you get that side? Yeah, alright. Seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering such an arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Reina and Mion knew how sickening that incident was. They pretended they didn't know. I had looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared. You're pathetic, Keiichi. Alright, Reina, let's do this one more time. Ready, and... Whoa, 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 we did it! We did it, Keiichi! The right time to give 3 cheers. The moment 2 days' work bore fruit. He who was brought to him, Hinamizawa, was covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master's a pretty decent person. Colonel Sanders, he's so cute. It didn't matter, he was dirty. Reina nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. What, like a dog? I was dead tired, but seeing Reina's happy face made it all worth it. I'll help you carry it back. It'll be bad if it gets dark. Right. I really want to thank you, Keiichi. I won't forget this. Think real hard about what you'll do to repay me, okay? Real hard. I wonder what kind of repayment. Reina's just sweating, thinking of repayment. For now on. For now, I'll just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him. And so, Jack and Jill went down the hill carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed axe. I prayed we wouldn't run into Tomitake-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, well, we'll need to get rid of him. Wait, it actually typed out LOL there. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words. Tomitake, unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. This is where Tomitake takes a picture of us. Or finds the arm. He finds the arm. That would be funny, right? He finds the arm and has like a fucking panic attack over that. New tips? What kind of name is Reina? Just one? Interesting. Okay. New tips. What have we got? What kind of a name is Reina? Reina seems to be a fun character. I like her. She has an unusual sense of beauty, but that's kind of cool. I can appreciate it. And Reina's not here. It's just Rika. You know where she is, Keiichi? She was just there, actually. Hey, Mion. Oh, that's Mion? Wait, no, I thought Mion was the other one. Where did Reina go? Reina? Didn't she go to the bathroom? She did say she's been having bowel troubles lately. I hadn't heard anything about that. Satoko? You know where Reina went? Where's Satoko? Reina, you say? I just passed her in the hallway. She has class duty today, so she's off to water the flower bed. Ah, it was Reina's turn for class duty. It's very appreciated. Reina, Reina, Reina. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude to say it's about someone's name, but it was a weird name. It's like some foreigner's name. What kind of name is Reina, I wonder? What kind of kanji does her name use? Reina's her nickname. She has a proper name as well. Wait, really? I was sure Reina Ryugu was her full name. Well, I can understand you making that mistake since we only call her Reina. She even signs her name as Reina. It's like her real name in school. I wonder what her real name is. Let's ask her when she comes back. Doko and Rika-chan looked at each other. You don't need to ask her. We'll tell you what it is. It's the Rei from Ore and the Na from Nara. Her real name is Reina Ryugu. Okay. Reina, is it? So it's read out as Rena instead of Reina? Reina? That's a pretty interesting reading. No, that's not it. Reina is the correct way. Or Reina had told us. But she wanted us to call her Reina. And not Reina. It'd be like Reina in... Reina. She wants us to call her Reina. K-chan. Reina is Reina, you know? Only strangers call her Reina. Reina. Get where this is going? I understood what Mion was saying. It didn't matter what her real name was, only the names we used between us. Reina Ryugu is Reina, and she's nobody other than that. So I was thinking if I had a nickname, what would you call me by that? If it's good. What do you want to be called? On, man. Reina then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Reina people were looking for her. What's this now? Who's looking for me, I wonder? She repeats her last phrase a lot. Seeing that, both Mion and I sneered. Bailiff, Ryugu doth show herself. Con man, you're quite sinister. What's this? What's this? Accidentally scrolled up. Keiichi-kun and Michan are evil bailiffs? A con man? Damn you, Renanosuke Ryugu. Today doth be when thou meetest thy maker. How about thee? Wait, what? What? Suki-san, Kaku-san, still the one for? Aye, sir. I expect my fee to be paid to my Swiss bank account. It's come to this, we have no choice. We'll have a grand battle with 5 people! Reina's fierce punches exploded in the proper timing to take out the seal. The evil that was Mion and myself were vanquished at the end. I do hope Reina goes on to a journey to make the world a better place. How about heading to Nagata-cho? My destination is decided where the cute stuff gathers. The toll of the bell signaled that break time was over. Well, that was an interesting interlude. Okay. Come on, Keiichi-kun, Michan. The teacher's coming. I took Reina's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Man, oh man. Gotta buckle down for one more. One more period. Breaks every hour. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. What chapter are we on? End of chapter 4, so we're starting 5. Okay. Continue? I do think I will. Don't mind if I do continue this story. It's quite good so far. I think we can get through this next chapter. So, how was it, Kei-chan? Ah, so you went to Renaissance House. Wasn't it amazing? Yeah, it's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. There, it was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They're all the same as Colonel Sanders. Stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Little Icky. The Totemon. the Toa Dolmon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. I'll agree with you, those are cute, but why the mailbox? Won't you get in trouble for that one? But it's so cute. You must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better? Just as long as it's big? And her room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before. And cute things like Rika-chan are locked away in the basement? Yep, I'll keep anything. No matter how cute. So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey, Reina, you know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute? Yeah, I want one. The United States would probably come up with some countermeasures as soon as possible. Before the Japanese, or specifically Reina, relocate the Statue of Liberty to middle of XXX prefecture. If not, the Statue of Liberty will really take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. Ah, right. The town's called Hinamizawa. But hey, that would probably serve as a great tourist attraction for Hinamizawa, which probably isn't getting too many tourists. Middle of the boonies. Population of 1,200 or less. It's probably not that big. Or 1,300 or less, sorry. It was 1,200 something, right? My apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something? How rude. Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiichi-san. Keiichi-san. Ah, nothing like that, Keiichi-kun. Rika-chan's a member of the festival committee. There's like 20 people in this class and they have a festival committee. Alright. A school cultural festival or something? Kei-chan, I already told you. It's the village festival. The Watanagashi. Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. What's this Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival? I guess the last part where you said things adrift in the river is similar. Except we use cotton things like old worn-out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival expressing thanks for their years of service. The people living in Hinamizawa dump their futons and padded cloaks in a stream. Isn't this literally just a garbage festival? Like they're just polluting. It's like the pollution festival. How can we make our river worse? I know, we'll dump clothing and bedding in the river. Alright. Sounds like it could be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition or something? Skewer them, sprinkle a little salt. Oh, I can smell it already. Yeah, he just wants some fish. This guy just wants some fish. And honestly, he's not wrong. I could stand to have some fish. I know I just ate, but I could still stand to have some fish. It's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiichi-san's imaginative capabilities could actually be. What? How could you tell I was thinking of something silly? It was written all over your face. What sort of face could have expressed what I just imagined now? Brenda demonstrated for me. I see. Well, no argument there. Yep, that's about appropriate. Alright. Thanks, Rena. Haha! It's nothing fun like that, you see. But you should still look forward to it. Let's all go together. I'll come get you that day. I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going. Yeah, that'd be fair. I'd go with them. You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year. Mion's proclamation claimed as she looked at each member in turn. What's this? From the way Mion looked, it was probably our club's summer tradition. The Watanagashi 4-demon firefight. Wait, there's 5 of us now. That sounds awful. What kind of name is that? You got something? I think it's a cute name, though. And they still spell everything KY. But it's okay. Reina thinks it's cute, so I guess we're spelling it KY. The 4-demon firefight. So what is happening here? I tried to object sharply, but since Reina looked happy, I decided it was kind of pointless to fight it. See, since Keiichi is here this year, it becomes the 5-demon fight. Reina made a small correction in light of my presence. So how does this funky activity tie into the festival? Oh, this is where you exhibit the skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities. Exactly. We show the full extent of the abilities of the best we obtain through our daily trials and tribulations. Last year the mayor got angry. We need to make sure not to cause problems this time. So basically we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Rika-chan really is the only one who explains things so they make sense. Mion's pretty bad at that part. So we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rainer was right, of course. That would be a reason for the mayor to get angry. That's lots of fun. That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near. Putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities today. Any objections? What are we playing today? Nay? Alright, our voices rang out in unison. Well, there's lots of people. Card games really are the easiest to play. It really is the most basic of table games. Playing with the marked deck again? We use a new one today. There's no marks on the cards, so we're on equal footing. I wonder if that really is the case. I'll have to inspect them. Well, that's fair. Just to be safe, everyone check the cards. You seem fine. Are you all satisfied? Today, I guess, we'll play President. That's good for 5 people. This is where every single person has marked the cards they looked at. That would be the smart play, right? Remember, you're supposed to always, your goal is to always win, so mark all your cards, all the cards you've seen, or at least the ones you think might be relevant. Alright. Another standard card game. First to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There's various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known card game, there's lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, it was called Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are jokers wilds? Can you make a reversal with 3 threes? No jokers. 2 is the highest. You can reverse a reversal. You can only make a reversal with 4 of a kind, not 3. 4 of a kind, oof. You know the peasant sends a good card to the... You know the peasant sends a good card to the president? None of that. While I was confirming familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's President, and it's like with a new deck. Today I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So what's today's penalty? About that, why don't we write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one? Oh, that seems like it could be interesting. I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi-san draw it. It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself. Just don't lose. Don't you know best? Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody. Write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Now, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you write. Nothing too intense would be like digging your own grave. No penalty. Let's forbid that idea from being written down. Rika's casual suggestion caused Mia's hand to lurch to a sudden halt. That's so sneaky, Mion. She wrote no penalty in the corner of the slips folded. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Mion already trying to cheat. And Rika just casually demolishes Mion's plan to avoid any punishment. Alright. I see. Just in case you lost, you grab the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika is quite formidable too, being able to see right through that. I couldn't underestimate her, even though she doesn't stand out. I mean, that's an impressive catch, right? Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Reina's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Reina. Just don't lose. That's true, that's true. Just don't lose. I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write. Reina was brutal, even though she appeared meek. best to not underestimate her either. Yeah, she totally destroyed us. She ruined our chances at tag and won. She appears meek, but she's definitely willing to sacrifice you to not lose. I agree with that. I'm very curious what Reina's penalty is in particular. Everybody's penalties are scary. I still didn't know what Rika's would be like. Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everyone ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle, not needing for Mion to tell them. Both Rika and Satoka played their cards without hesitation. Reina and I are the only ones who paused to think. It seemed Reina genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? I'll play this 3 and I'm out. 9, nobody, 8, 7, I'm out. 5 and 5, I'm out. Then I'll discard this last one, I'm out. Bah, I missed my chance. The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today I could win. Now then, Mii-chan, pull out one of the slips, okay? Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. What? Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked. What is it? What is it? Reina was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head? It's gotta be Rika, right? This is a Rika line. Pet the principal on the head. Wait. How is this bad? Keiichi-san, do you not understand? The principal's balding and ashamed of it. Oh, you gotta pet the principal on the head and he's balding? Soko yelled with a serious look on her face, but she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be? The principal is a martial arts master. He boasts about traveling the world, perfecting his skills when he was younger. He switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war. Oh my god, he's a martial artist expert? Well, he's a martial arts expert and balding, and you gotta pet his head to be like, poor principal, it's okay. It's okay, you've lost all your hair. He's inhuman. Pet his head? As club president, there's no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Yeah, she bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do it without making a fuss? Probably impossible. They say he used to hunt sea slugs by sensing their presence. How many legends do they have about this principal? An expert martial artist, he hunts sea slugs he hunts creatures by sensing their presence? I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Kapow! A rumble shook the classroom. That's the principal's aerial opener. What am I hearing? Who is this? Is this Principal Ryu? Following the launcher with a jab strong fierce combo? He's even using meter! From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood now why there was no delinquents at this school. Yeah, no delinquency here. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us. Petted, is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing. She's alive at least. Now we can continue the game. Monster. I was amazed the person who made club activities could say that. She made club activities like this, but now the worst penalty is gone, right? Right? Reina tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now. I'm not holding back anymore. You'll all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense. Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out. Might as well. I'm out too. 3, I'm out now. Ooh, it's Reina. I lost! And the heavens chose to vanquish Reina. What kind of penalty? I wonder. It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty made me quiver. And so the penalty she agreed with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid. What's this? What do I need to do? Basically, it means you have to use the same expressions as a maid. Huh? Okay, master. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Is this Satoko's penalty? Reina, can you shuffle the cards and deal? Yes, master. And I could just die right now. Anyway, let's continue. Right, Reina? Yes, master. The eagerness to which I was goading Reina into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I won't lose anymore. I'm out. Alright. She's out. I shan't lose either. I'm out. And with that, I'm out too. I can't believe it. It's Reina's loss again. Reina again? What kind of penalty this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. There's 5 of them in there. We've seen 2 unknowns. We don't even know what our own is. I'm curious. What's punishment 3? Anticipation? No. Conviction. Remove 1 piece of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. Are we still in school or is this after school? That's just indecent. Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Who did write that? God, give that man a Nobel Prize. That would be an ignoble prize. Not good, not good. What I was thinking about was written on my face. Mii-chan? Rina begged me on with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already. Nope. No going easy on you. You lost. Take it like a man. I understood, master. I'll undress. What? I looked around thinking someone else would stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing. Is this fine, master? I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities... You really need to be ruthless, after all. Oh. Keiichi, whatever you were expecting. Certainly we wouldn't have her strip if she weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath. Stoka poked fun of me, but right now I can't hear it. Not bad, Kei-chan. This old man never even thought you'd go after her like that. You got it wrong. I didn't write that one. Master, didn't write that one? Her squirming around in PE clothes made it impossible for me to not feel anything. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. Calm down, thirsty boy. Mion probably wrote that and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap knowing it's a trap. After knowing it's a trap, clear your head. Okay. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think of my way out of this. And the answer was quite simple. I win. And then, I became a god. Just become a god, it's that easy. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what could dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business. How could my luck of the draw be so bad? Stoka lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister. Ah! Fine, Oni-chan. Fine, Oni-chan. Yes, the pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Ah, this old man loses again. Mion's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's swimsuit. No, that's the one I wanted Kei-chan to get. Yes. Mion's despair was like sweet honey. Master, I lost again. Wait, Reina lost? Wait, how many losses is that? Isn't there only 5 things in the bag? Speak like a man. Weird, okay. I'll draw it for you. Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap. In this outfit, Master? Yeah, she's not wearing a skirt, it's her bare legs. Oh man, we're just destroying them at precedent. Is this really how we're gonna win? Oni-chan, you're too good. Satoko lost again. I'll draw it. Obey the person in first place. Oh my god. How about I have you give me a shoulder massage? Fine, Oni-chan. Come on, a bit harder. Don't use your nails. Ha ha ha. Okay, is this where we lose? Because we think we're unstoppable? I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind, even decide what suits would appear by willing it. By the time I realized it, I already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Reina, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko was wearing a collar and taking on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit. Hey, it's Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Please refrain from moving your head so much. I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams? What is it, Keiichi? I'm saddened by the thought of man having no end to his desires. That was it. Rika hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last. Keiichi is quite greedy. It's said you should know when enough is enough. I know that very well, but how to say it? I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died right now. Master, please refrain from moving your head around. You say you wouldn't mind dying. That can be arranged, Rika said in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war. Oh, there's Mion in a swimsuit, if anyone's looking for that. Go, Rika, take him out. Defeat this archdevil of perversion. Now, I want to know who made all of these. Because he couldn't have submitted all of these requests, right? I may not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Go, Rika. I'm cheering for Rika. Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It'd be rude to not meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but I pretended I didn't see it. You're letting people cheat? Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that? 2, ace, ace, ace. 8, 8, 8, 8, reversal. Everybody looked at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Haha, the 4 of them have allied against me. That's it? You're making me laugh. That's good. Reversal, reversal! What? How could such a thing be? Stoko let out a shriek. Haha, you simpletons! Using up all her cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after. I lost. Ha 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 ha! Finally you fall into my clutches. Now I'll pick one out. What? Wear cat's ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Who's writing these? Even the penalties were as I wished. Is this our character dreaming as they endlessly lose? Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Wait. So, the collars, the cat ears, the bell, the women's swimsuit, everything in this is all in Mion's locker? Mion, you got some interesting stuff you keep around for punishment games. Like, it seems like I don't remember pressing like C or Z, but I swear it's like we're back in Chaos Child and we went into a delusion. Alright, it's one of Taku's delusions. I feel you. I feel you. This is so... I felt like I'd become Reina. This was definitely cute. Cute, isn't it? Isn't it? I want to take her home. That wasn't me talking. That was the actual Reina. As Rika mimicked a cat, teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Reina's ears with an audible poof. Rika must take home, taking her home. Wait. Reina might have known that's in her locker. That seems like something Reina would like. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange. I see. I still have one trick left. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm. If Reina must, she can take me home. Sacrificing everything. After Reina beats Keiichi-san, she can. They thought that Reina in cute mode would be able to defeat me? Would it be that easy? Opposing me is the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous. That Reina can't defeat me. For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Reina's hands like the machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Reina's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we, Keiichi-kun? Hurry, hurry. My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. No play? Nothing to play, Kei-chan? Then with this, I'm out. Everyone cheered. I was spent. Got no regrets, God. Thank you for letting me dream just a little. Now I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty. This is it. Everyone peeked at it in unison, gazes flickering between the text and my face. All day today I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there? All. What? Every penalty up till now. What the heck? Keiichi-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother? Yes, Oni-chan. Well, this is quite addicting. Next, I'll have you rub my shoulders. Keiichi-kun, I don't need the lap pillow. Let's do that other one. Okay. But, yes, master. Oh, Keiichi-kun, that's so cute. Say it again, say it again. Please spare me, master. Reina passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat. Yep, we're having a Higurashi moment, and it's great! Next is from this old man. I'm gonna have you fan me for a good long while, you know? Whoosh, whoosh. Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit. What? This for girls? Can't I wear the one for boys? It was clearly written, wear a girl's swimsuit, as you can see. Totoko was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable if I did say so myself, but... whose school swimsuit am I gonna wear? If I wear one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right? Oh, this old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not that in shape, so even Kei-chan can fit into it. The executioner surrounded me waiting to... Yeah, we're actually just at the start of Higurashi. In case you're wondering. This is like the second day we're streaming Higurashi. If you catch up on the VoDs, you can probably be caught up nice and easily. The one left, Anna cosplay. That's actually just her default outfit. Yeah, we're actually just on our second day. We recently started Higurashi. It's been good so far, nice and relaxing. I'm quite enjoying it. If you want to get caught up, I guess, or stay caught up with us, you can just watch the VoDs as they're going up. I'll probably have Thursdays up today. Probably have Thursdays up today, and aim to have today's up tomorrow. So we're going about every other day. The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. Alright, looks like we're not getting a choice. Oh, no! Oh, you're finishing Ataraxia? Alright, catch you later, man. My first thought was, it's tight around the waist. Second thought, the chest is pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch was, Keiichi's bending forward. Cute. You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell and tail. Keiichi, want to look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. It's probably best if you look. The stern, scientific, calculating nature mixed with her fascination made Mion very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, Master. Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that. Is that enough? I'll change it. While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika slipped up behind me without a sound. Not yet, Keiichi. There's still the first penalty left. In this getup, Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. We're being sentenced to fight the principal. Sir, excuse me. Yes, please come in. I stepped forwards into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze, solid, with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically in his office. So I said, excuse me, as I answered. The sight of a person wearing a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar and tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning, if he couldn't comprehend what was in front of him, in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. It's my one and only chance for victory. My penalty. Rubbing his head. Principal, I challenge you. I heard what sounded like shishing 3 times. His 3-gauge super. The principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And in a heartbeat. That tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawa Twilight. We were beaten unconscious. Our minds shocked. He supered us. He just walked. We walked in the room and he's like, I don't know what's happening. Super. Just do that. Good old wake up super, you know? Opponent walked in the room. Super. Seems good. Reina was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together very pleased. I like how the scene's just over. The scene's just over. It's like, the principal's just like, no. And the game ends. Cut. That said, there wasn't too much else to do with that. That was what they were clearly building up to, right? By having our character go higher and higher, it's like he's gonna suffer. He's gonna suffer the absolute worst penalty. And then the scene's gonna end. That was pretty good. I like that. I like that scene. We're having a lot of really nice scenes at school and around. So they headed home together, very pleased. Once again, it was just Mion and I going home. Yeah, that was intense. I didn't know Keiichi was so good at President. I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off on a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me till the day I die. Oh my god, he actually did get beaten unconscious. He was carried away on a stretcher. But that's fine, isn't it? You're able to do something supposed to it for the ages too. Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. We meet again, Keiichi-kun. It was Tomitake-san. It felt like I'd been running into him quite often. Take any good pictures? Well, a few, so... Tomitake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered into my ear. You sure get around. Today, you already have a different girl? It's not like that. No need to hide it. It's important to get lots of experience when you're young. Because Tomitake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mion knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whispering. I've heard enough through the grapevine that Mr. Tomitake is quite the catch himself, huh? But no, that wasn't my intention. Sure. Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya. Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, it seemed as if Mion knew Tomitake-san quite well. How's the year treating you, mister? Staying until the Watanagashi? I plan to. After photographing the festival, I'm planning on heading back to Tokyo. Being a photographer sure is easy. Be sure to win some big award and become famous. You spent all your best years of photography after all. Ew. I don't think I'm that far gone. Don't they say men develop their own unique flavor in their 30s? Oh god! Oh god! Oh no! Don't make me feel old like this. I don't want to turn 30 soon. Only like a few years out. I'm only a few years from 30. I don't want to hear things like that, Tomitake. Don't say things like that. It's clearly cringe. Alright, what does it matter what you taste like? That's so gross. Oh, look at the time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark. Tomitake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion. Now then, I'll see you both at the festival. After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitake-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi. The way he's going, you probably won't ever get famous. I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So you know Tomitake-san. Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts. You know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider. It sounded like you meet him all the time. Tomitake comes around to Hinamizawa regularly, maybe 2-3 times a year. He says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and wild birds, but well, those photos really are nothing to phone home about. The image Mion painted of Tomitake was fairly unique. The Tomitake I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, why do you say that? It seems he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like, about that incident that dismemberment? Oh, you too? So if you've got good instincts. If so, you've got good instincts, Kei-chan. She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it. You knew about it then, Mion? Of course. He might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man. Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all apprehensions I had about Tomitake disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk. What is it, Kei-chan? It's just... I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel this good. What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Kei-chan? We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Reina's doing. I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan right now. She's probably in the middle of asking her over so that she can treat her to dinner. It'd be great if she's able to take her home. I wonder. Rika-chan's pretty good at that stuff. Yeah, I feel the same. That head petting penalty was probably from Rika-chan. Yup, I was 100% betting that. I thought so too. The only one who could get away with petting his head is Rika-chan after all. Ooh, Rika put it in there not because she wanted to do it, but because she's the only one who he'd probably let her do it, so it's not a punishment for her. That's a good plan. Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Chapter end? Yes. That was a nice day at school. I enjoyed the game scene. That was fun. A nice relaxing arc. We get to hang out and enjoy. And we get a new tip, the community notice. We've received some new tips. Let's look at the new tips. What do we got? Community notice. We're grading the end of the raining season sooner than in prior years. On this day, when it feels like summer will soon arrive, I'm pleased that everyone's in good health. The season for the Watanagashi is finally upon us. I believe the assistance of the town council will make this a wonderful festival. I also wish to ask the assistance of everyone in regards to a few things. Collecting bizarre goods. We look forward to a well-received Hinamizawa Grand Bazaar expedition. Holding a massive collection of excess goods and used clothing. No raw goods, please. Management. Makino. Telephone. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Recruiting Lil Festival drum dancers. The renowned Lil Festival drum dancers group, known for its careful choreography, the Shufu Society is taking last-minute participants. We're looking for any Showboat elementary and middle schoolers. Management. Kimiyoshi. Telephone. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking donations. We're accepting donations in multiples of 1,000 yen. For every 1,000 yen, you'll be rewarded with a refreshment stand ticket. So for every donation of 1,000 yen, you get a refreshment stand ticket. Not bad. I could use a drink during the festival. Management. Sonozaki. Telephone. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are always taking suggestions for ways to improve the festival at all times. If you have an interesting place or idea, call Kimiyoshi at X 1234. There's a 200 yen refreshment stand ticket attached below the cut line. I think I need a drink. Alright. Save and load. End of chapter 5. Yep. That's the end of chapter 5. A good start. Nice relaxing day. So a few days passed since the incident where we got beaten unconscious by the principal. How is this guy still principal if he beats up his students? If he beats them into the hospital? Isn't that like really bad if you're a teacher? Oh well. I guess we'll have to find out what shenanigans they get up to in the next game. Next time.